Hi, I'm Pat Onkens. This is my wife, Dendra.
Hi.
And this is our true story. When we got involved with Cornerstone, we were at a part in our life where things were awful. We had started our own business, and the business has failed miserably. Our finances were just in a terrible way. We had lost all of our money. Was relegated to selling our possessions to put food on the table, to pay rent. It got so bad to a point where they shut power off in our house.
We had a newborn baby and a toddler at home.
And we had a big, huge dog.
It's part St. Bernard, part Collie, with a lot of hair. Even though I looked poor, I still like things clean and neat.
And the only way we could vacuum the house was at night. I would sneak across to my neighbor's house and plug in a power cord so that we could vacuum and watch TV. And I just needed to make sure I plugged in my alarm clock. Our house had been foreclosed on, and we were really searching. I mean, if there's a bottom of the barrel, we were there. We had been introduced to Cornerstone, and we had been attending on and off, and we decided to commit and become members and go through the membership class. We also committed to attending both Sunday and Wednesday services. I put my foot down, and we were going to do this regardless. And one of the things that really helped us understand tithing was the membership class. It talked about the purpose of the tithe, what it meant, and really gave us an understanding.
I always thought it was something you just put in your budget, and he thought it was just something you give when you want to give an offering. We didn't have any idea that it had to do with blessings.
Things didn't turn around quickly.
Nothing dramatic happened. We just felt like for the first time we were on the right path.
And we had moved into an apartment, and it was furnished nicely with 2 lawn chairs and a 13-inch TV.
They were loungers. They were lounger chairs.
Yeah, and my wife had picked up some part-time work doing paper routes. For the first time in 5 years, we were able to set aside some money for the following Christmas.
$300.
$300, and that was going to take care of the tree, take care of some gifts for the kids, gifts for my wife and I, and also for our extended family. And we felt really good about that, because in the past 5 years, we were relegated to taking wedding gifts back.
We tried to pick up a poinsettia for a tree and told our kids the size of the tree doesn't matter.
Yeah. During the route, the brakes went out in the car. Unbelievable. We had to use the money we had set aside for Christmas. The cost to fix the brakes was $261, which basically chewed up what we had set aside.
It was a total letdown. I was pretty devastated. Definitely went on the "it's not fair" plea.
We came on Wednesday service, and I knew one thing: we needed to tithe. We needed to do what we were to do in our commitment. And
I wasn't so sure.
Yeah.
That we needed a tithe. I thought maybe God would forgive this one tithe if we let it slip by. He was working up in Uno's ministry, and I was sitting in church, and I had the tithe, and he said, well, you know, before church he told me, you know that I would give it.
And I know that it was tempting for her to not give that, to use that for Christmas.
And I was contemplating not giving it because I felt that this money could at least be put towards some type of Christmas. And I really justified that in my head, and I let the tithe bucket pass me by. Needless to say, the whole service I felt so convicted, so horrible. And after service I went in and I tithed in the back. Definitely was not a cheerful giver. And I let him know that because of his loyalty to God, that now we have nothing for Christmas, and what do you think's going to happen? Money's going to just fall from the sky?
The next day was Christmas Eve. We got up, I went to work, worked a half day, and before I left work, my manager called me over, wrote me out a $100 check as a bonus, and told me I have a good holiday. Christmas Day we came home, and after we got things unloaded, I said I'd asked my wife if she had gotten a mail in yet, if mail comes on Christmas Eve.
And I said, oh, I don't think mail comes on Christmas Eve. And he said, well, I'm going to go down and check anyway.
As I walked upstairs, tears filled my eyes, and I couldn't believe what I had saw. And I opened up the door, I looked at my wife. And
he had tears in his eyes, and he had an envelope open, and I thought, oh my God, something horrible's happened.
And I took that letter, which was a letter from the state of Iowa, and I threw it in the air. And I said, money doesn't fall from the sky, huh? And that was a letter from, it was a mistake on our state taxes. They had sent us an additional check of $161.
And that, coupled with the $100 from his bonus check, of course, came out to $261. which was the exact amount of the brake system failure in our car that we had fixed 3 days prior.
And on Christmas Day, God blessed us with that money.
If it had been an amount greater, I know me, because I'm so skeptical, I would have thought, well, you know, it could be a coincidence or whatever, but this was so just dead on. And then, you know, that's just another thing that God just knows what you need personally.
You know, we got challenges every day. We got financial challenges. There's no miracle here, but you got to make good decisions and all those things. But we know deep down in our hearts that we're doing the right thing, and we give with an open heart, and it's changed our lives. And we're the Onkens, and that's a true story.